So as everybody knows who's been following this for the last month, the Tartan Explorer is my new movement to try and get people all around the world talking about mental health. I'm doing that through my global challenge next year, going to 80 countries, 6 different continents, in the kilt and morph suit, working with mental health charities, doing loads of challenges, just to get people talking about mental health and remove some of the stigma. That's the original challenge, but there's a new aspect to that now. So now, I'm going to be cycling around the world instead of just getting planes, buses and trains. So it's going to be a massive, massive task for me, but I'm really excited for it. And I'm going to explain a little bit why I've done this and what really inspired me to do it. So as everybody knows, I've been publicly quite open about the fact that I want Sir Chris Hoy to come on board as my ambassador. Because Chris Hoy is doing some work in mental health, he's a leading ambassador for SAMH, the Scottish Association of Mental Health. And he's a very influential guy in Scotland. He's got a lot of clout and I've got a lot of reach, so I wanted him to come on board. So I knew Chris Hoy was speaking at the Festival of Entrepreneurship in Edinburgh a few weeks ago, so I went along there in the day with a copy of The Scotsman under my arm when I was on the front page to try and show him it and see if it's something he'd like to get involved with and support. So prior to this, to be completely honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of Chris Hoy. It's not something that I've followed over these years. He's been cycling. I just knew who he was as a person. And so I never knew much about his cycling and what he'd actually done. I knew he'd done a lot of good work in cycling, that was it. So I went there and I heard the talk and it just blew me away. That's the only way I can put it. His talk was just phenomenal and it was just really inspiring. So the talk was called The Mindset of a Champion, where Chris was talking about the ways that he worked with a guy called Steve Peters, who wrote a really famous book called The Chimp Paradox. It was all about managing your mind and how you deal with certain situations, how you can use your mind and psychology to just have a better life and deal with situations in a better way. And what really hit a chord with me, or struck a chord with me, was everybody in cycling was really reluctant to work with Steve Peters at first because it was sort of like a bit taboo, there was a bit of stigma around the psychology and working with a mind coach. And that's just exactly the sort of industry that I'm in now with mental health, that there's such a stigma around it, people don't like embracing it or talking about it. And that was the problems that Chris Hoy and cycling was going through as well a few years ago. And Steve Peters met with Chris Hoy and he just wanted 5 minutes with him. He said, Chris, what are you going to do if just before you go on to do your sprint, somebody sets a new world record just before you? And Chris says, I'm just not going to think about it, I'm just going to focus on me. And then Steve Peters goes, right, shut your eyes, Chris. I want you to not think of a pink elephant. And Chris Hoy starts laughing and says, okay, you've got me now, because he also thought about a pink elephant. And he started working on his mindset and his psychology and just teaching him about his brain and how you can use it in certain ways to block out certain thoughts and keep yourself positive and in the zone. And on the day, 2004, the cycling, I think it was the Olympics in Athens, Chris Hoy sat there and he goes last because he was the best, he was ranked number 1 in the world. And everybody goes before him and three people set 3 new world records. And so what Steve Peters had said to imagine that happens actually happened. But what Chris Hoy had been working over the last 3 and 4 years was visualisation, and actually visualising what he was doing on the track that day. So shutting his eyes, thinking, just seeing himself going round the track and not focusing on anybody else. And when the guys were doing that, that's all he done. And he went out there, he visualised it like he saw it every day in training for the last 3 or 4 years. He went out there and he won it. And by the margin that he won it was absolutely tiny, like so tiny. And it just shows, and the phrase he used was the aggregation of marginal gains. So all the little things you can do across your life that make the massive difference. And that is why I just really resonated with what he said that day. My recovery and my ongoing recovery has been a lot of it through stuff like that. So mindset, psychology, all the stuff that I'm reading about those things, that's what's helping me. So I felt like it was speaking to me that day, and it just really, really inspired me. So after that, he showed the clip, and honestly I felt like I was sitting there watching it live, as if it was back in 2004 and I just seen him win the gold medal. And after that day, I was just sitting there and I thought, I've got to cycle around the world now. I need to do something on a bike, because he genuinely just inspired me that much. The story was amazing. I could relate to it with the mindset and psychology, with my mental health, and I just thought, this needs to happen. So I decided I'm going to cycle around the world, and that's what I'm going to do. Another reason why I'm doing it is because the best thing about the last month, the last 4 weeks since I launched this, is the messages of support and the people getting in touch saying, Josh, you've really inspired us. Keep on doing what you're doing. It's really inspiring to see every day. And that has honestly been the best bit by far. So I thought, why not do something to keep inspiring people? So I'm not a cyclist. I don't even own a bike, right? And I'm now setting myself a goal of cycling all around the world 80 countries, 6 continents on a bike, and I'm not even a cyclist. I'm relatively fit just now, I'm looking after myself, but I'm not a cyclist and I've not even got a bike. So if a guy without a bike who just tried to take his own life 6 months ago can get on that bike, go and buy a bike, get on a bike, cycle around the world, I mean, what can anybody else do? So I'm really trying to inspire people with that. People with mental health problems, you can get through it. Look what I've done. I'm about to just set on this crazy challenge where I'm going to try and get as fit as I can to cycle around the world. I'm going to see how it goes. But I think that's an important message that I'm trying to hit home with this. You can do anything you want. Anybody can achieve anything they want. You just need to have a vision, you need to have a dream. Write it down, come up with some goals and go out and do it. And that's what I'm going to do. So you'll be really interested to follow me over the next 3 or 4 months as I get in training for cycling all around the world. So I'm officially in training now, and I've got a big Scottish challenge I'm doing next year to launch the fundraising and crowdfunding campaign, but I will speak a bit more about that over the next few days or next week at some point. But I just wanted to let you know that the Tartan Explorer, I'm cycling around the world, and I'd love it if you can get behind me like you have all been doing so far and really support this. So thank you.